Hello and welcome to another free code session. My name is Jason Bach, and when I'm recording this, it's on the Saturday before 11/3, the election day in the United States, and it's going to be very interesting, I think, to say the least. Again, I'm trying on these coding videos not to get to stay focused on coding, but it's definitely something that's been haunting is maybe a word that I should use. It's really been something that's on my mind a lot, and I think it's on the mind of a lot of people, even though I've already voted. I voted a couple weeks ago, and that's really the core thing of what everybody should be doing. And it's been encouraging to see that we have substantially upped the number of votes this time compared to previous elections, especially presidential elections. But it's still something that, that I sit there and I think about, and I'm like, man, I don't know how this is going to go. And even if it goes the way I want it to, that doesn't mean it's over. I think there's going to be a lot of tension and strife and unrest, and I'd rather be prepared than not. Like I told a friend of mine, I'm not going prepper, but I'm definitely going to be but going out tomorrow and just getting a couple of extra supplies. And I don't mean anything weapon, like just extra things, just in case stuff goes haywire for a while, and it's sad to think of it, that it's actually had to get to even thinking about this, but is what it is. So I even tweeted that this weekend I'm going to be coding and recording videos and playing some games with my kids and reading and just relaxing and watching movies and having fun, and then next week, in some ways, stress, I think, will hopefully be released, but then there's going to be other stressors kicking in as well. In any event, I've been making progress with rocks. I don't remember in my last video that I recorded if I talked about how I'm redoing this and that. Why do I always hit that? What is that? I hit Control W. No, not Control. Yeah, Control W. But it's not Control Q. That does symbol results. No, it's not that, because that's literally doing. What am I hitting? There's something that I hit here, and I don't know, it brings up help for some reason. I don't know why. And I've done that more often than not, that I'm like, I really wish maybe there is something in Visual Studio that tells you, like, is there commands? Command window. Well, that doesn't really, like, if I do WS Solution Explorer, that really didn't do anything there. I'm talking about, I want to actually record, show the commands that I've done. I'm just kind of curious. Maybe there is an extension out there that anytime you do some type of key binding that would do something. I just got nerd sniped. I'm not going to do it now, but I'm going to look it up later. Recorded commands in Visual Studio. All right, I'm going to put that on my ever-increasing set of Post-its that I have in front of me here. But that just was kind of curious. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I've decided, one, to not do any more videos for this rewrite of rocks in terms of showing unit tests. I'll do that off the side of the screen, so to speak. I'm going to do that off video. And because I want to get actually something done in this. So as I was saying, I've now had it so that the generators actually, the NuGet package will actually put the assembly in it twice. So if you look at it this way, you'll see that it's put in the analyzers.NET CS path. And then that way it'll be referenced where you can get the types within it, and then also referenced to get all the analyzers or generators within it. And while this has the downside of having 2 assemblies, 2 DLLs in your package, it gives you a lot of advantages when you're actually writing the code, and you don't have to like inject pieces of code that you want the user to have. You don't have to do things where like an assembly is referencing another assembly. I'm like, this is all kind of messy and screwed up. There's no great way to do this other than I think this is probably the best way, and I'm sticking with it right now. So in any event, I want to get to the point where I'm actually building something that is working, and then I can build on top of it. I actually took some time to say, okay, what would I want if I built something myself? Like, I'm going to generate code, so what should the code look like? And so I said, well, I want this, and then I want this, and then, calling that and verify, and that works. So here's the thing I'm trying to build a mock for. I said, what do I actually need to build to do this? So I need to build this. I need to have the methods here, which again, I would really like this to be, if we had extension everything. I love that to say rock methods foo. It would read, I think, a little nicer, but I have to do this. I'm still debating something with args and implicit or explicit conversions here. I'd, probably saying 3 instead of having to say arg is 3 would be a little cleaner. But, I'm just saying, let's just move. Let's not get hung up on details just yet. We can come back to that. So I said, well, I need this. I need to put the methods in here. I need to create all the constructors eventually. I'm going to actually have to create the mockable type. And, then I need to create this here. And this is, so I said, okay, get this all working, and it actually does now. But now I need this to be generated. So that's what I'm doing right now. So I think the method builder, so this is what's actually building. If you look at the sample code, this is building the methods. So if I need to create these extension methods for the method I want to mock, I'm building all the methods here, and then I need to have this call that for each method. Okay. So I think I'm just going to take a quick, jog through this. I think what this is saying here is all the parameters are joined by, well, we first need the thing that we're extending, and that is the containing type name self. And then we need to say, join all the parameters. And we need to have always this here because, if we have a method with no arguments, we need to have the ability to at least, because that's totally okay. So we got to be able to always have the extension part there. And then we say arg of whatever the type name is of the parameter and its name there. Okay. And we need to have that spaced. Okay. So that looks good. If there's return, we just do method adornments. Otherwise we do method adornments with an actual return type. And then we say, I'm using an IndentedTextWriter, which ironically comes from System Code Dom, but it will keep things, I think, sane and clearish enough that I don't have to keep worrying about the indentation and outdentation or whatever you want to do it. So yeah, I think this is going to be decent. So I think here, this is if I don't have any parameters, I'm just going to return new method. Yeah. That's actually, hold on a sec. Good thing I went through this because I think, if I remember right, there's a method adornments and then there's a new method adornments of that. So yeah, we got to be a little bit more careful in that. We have to say, which new method adornments are we doing? Var new method, new adornments is going to be equal to, you know what? Why don't we be kind of cool and sneaky? Why don't we say new adornments? Because we're going to have to do this for, we're going to say here, we're going to do that. And we're also going to say new method adornments. Okay. And yeah, so we'll do that. Otherwise, we're going to do this. Okay. And then we're going to say new method Wouldn't it have been nice if I could capture this? You know? Because actually what I want to say here is, yeah, just new, like that. Okay. And then that, and that should work. Okay, so now I got the return value here, and I can just say new adornments, and I can say here, new adornments. Okay. And this actually took away, like here I should say name of method expectations. Like that. Why are you barking? Oh, crap. You would do that, wouldn't you? And you can't do that. I gotta... Oh my God. It's gotta be a class. String. Oh, yeah. I wanted to get rid of, like here, I should just name a method adornments, new, and then do that, and then that. Because I shouldn't, if you change the name of something, I do want to capture it wherever it is. And like dictionary here, I should actually do that as well. But in any event, okay, so let's just keep going. If I have no arguments, I'll say new, whatever the adornments were, whether they were a generic or not. Self add that, param name, and then just the parameter name without the key, then that, and we also have to pass in the member identifier. Okay. Okay, so that gets us that. Now we actually need to have the extension builder. This is actually going to say we're going to build all this and then for each method. Okay, so we're going to need to say here writer.writeLine, well, that, and then let's unpiece the parts that we need to do. So it's an internal status class. Yeah. Hold on. We'll get there. We need to say method extensions of type to mock. Right. So this needs to be mock. Did I change the name of that up here? No, not that. That. I think I said mock method mockable results. But we're just going to call this information. Okay. Type to mock name. And I'm not thinking about even generics here. That's going to probably screw up the injection of strings, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. That'll probably be the next thing. Again, it's simple, and we can build up and put stuff in there. Okay. So that does that. And then we need to say writer, write line, that, and we're going to need to close it. Okay, and then we need to say writer.indent++, and we're going to actually have to push it back. Okay, and then for each var method and information methods, we're going to need to say method expectation, method builder, build using the writer, the method, and the member identifier. Okay. And then this should be member identifier++, which of course I don't define. Now here's the kicker. I still don't control here. I actually have to say what the value is, and I need to have it as a reference, because as I give it methods and properties and events, I need to keep track of what actual identifier I'm using. Because if you look at the example here, one thing I glossed over real quick is I'm putting this member identifier in here. This is allowing me to keep track of which method or which member I've identified here, and then kind of a string version of it. this adds a little bit of metadata bloat to the assembly, but it makes it much easier for me to figure out if I have a verification exception, what the name of it should be. It used to be, the old code in Rocks was really convoluted. And I said, well, I'm going to have to figure this out. At some point, I'm going to have to write this out. So if I know what this is, why don't I just shove that in here as a way to identify, hey, something happened with the expectations for this method, blah. And then you can go, oh, that's what it is. Okay. In any event, I'm going to have to say ref and member identifier. And then here I need to say ref, but I also need to change this so it's also taking a ref. I'm doing ref uint. That's fine. I can just change this to being a uint. I like unsigned integers. I don't know why it is so weird that way. Okay, and this is actually, I can't call it a method because, well, I could, but then I have to change what I'm calling method. This is a method mockable result. We'll just keep it as result. You know what I want to see here? Let's change this to being result. Just be, okay, so this actually should now build this, right? I just said I don't want to build tests, but at some point I think I might have to, because I might have to say, hey, build me some stuff here to make this work. Yeah. And make sure that I'm actually down the right path here. So unfortunately, we're going to have to do some tests, but this again is, I don't want these to be what somebody might consider to be, come on, like really nitpicky tests. I'm just trying to make sure that I have enough here that I can public do happy path. We'll figure out all the details later. I don't really care about that right now. So I'm going to say public interface method extension builder. Okay. And then we're going to say here void foo int a. That's all I care about. I don't care about anything else. And now I need to copy code, because what I want to do is actually get a method mockable I need to get this to the point of mock information. So how do I actually do that? Let's see. I've already done this here, so I just need to kind of, copy and paste. When in doubt, copy and paste. Where's the test thing? There you are. Okay, so we're going to say here, nope. God. There we go. It's good enough. I will clean this up all at some point in my life. Okay, so this would get me the type information, which would get me the mock information. Okay, so if I'm doing what I did over here, I'd like it to just say, what am I doing when I get a classes sealed? How about when I just, do it for something that's actually, I don't know. This is funny too. Yeah, this is actually, I want this not to be here. I just want this to be here at code. So we're going to say var code is equal to, and then we're going to do that. Except there. Okay, pretty simple. And then we just say, give me the information. Except we're going to say here, target type name, sure, whatever. You know, for now, I don't, because I think some of these were saying, yeah, we don't need to do that because I'm just going to give it 1, you know. So we can get rid of this. We're just going to say, give me the only type declaration that you can see in there. Okay. And so we do that. And then we say var builder is equal to method expectation builder build. And we need to get an indented text writer, which we're going to say null for now. That's our information. And then we need to say var member identifier is equal to 0 u. And then we pass in ref of member identifier. Okay. And now to make a using writer is equal to new indented text writer. So how do we do this? I need to have a text writer. Hold on to the internet's. Well, you know, no, I should, you know, really, this is not supposed to be that difficult. New text writer. I know that doesn't work. Because you can't actually like create one. You have to say like new string writer. Is that good enough? Except now what are you barking at? The type of namespace right. Oh, it's got to be var writer. There we go. So now what are you barking at? Can I just, yeah, because you're, yeah. There we go. Okay, well then how do you actually put, oh, it's in the writer. Yes, you dummy. Var result is equal to writer to string. Assert multiple. Assert that result is not, can you say empty here? Is it empty the way I think it should be empty? Let's find out. Let's run this and see what happens. Well, it passed. It's not empty. I just have no idea whether it's actually good or not. So I'm a curious fella. So I'm going to actually run this under the debugger and see what actually ended up showing up here. Yep, that is not what I wanted. Not even close. Writer. Inner writer gets the text writer to use. Okay, hold on. I will be right back. Okay, I am back. I had to do a couple of lookups here, but it seems like I got it working now. So let's actually do some Notepad love. No. So let's come down here and I say, if I take this, what do I get? Okay, so let's do that. And then let's do RN. I actually want to be like a literal return. So let's do that. Is that replace all, which did nothing. I think I want actually like all of that. Is that what I really want? Nope. I am too stupid to figure this out, which is not the first time. Extended. Yeah, whatever. I'm sure there's a way to do this, but you know, that's fine. We're just going to say that, that, and then the tab goes in. And then we say that gets returned. And then we tab in, really? Twice? Oh, it's okay. 1, 2 from that. Okay, I'm being dumb. That's a return. We go over here. W2 on 2. Return 1, 2, 3. That, and then we come back here and there'll be 2. That. We do a return, which goes back to that, yes, and then we would do another return because of reasons. I wish I'd have to do the last return, but if I take off, no, where's the word wrap? That's the word wrap. Well, that's wrong. Fooint. I don't want the method of method expiration. Yeah, that's what I call it. I use such a big name there, which I don't need to because I just realized I can just say stop and I can just say foo and make it a little bit easier. That's fine. So I method adornments because it doesn't return anything. And this is obviously wrong. It shouldn't have to do all of this. All we wanted to do is that. Okay, which is fine. That better be a literal line. This method expectations of that self arg int 32. I really want that to be int. It should not be int 32. And then we do that. Well, I mean, it's close. For a first attempt, it's close. And I think in the next episode I'm going to do is figure out the name of the method, why it's that. So we have to, let me put the list here. Okay. Name of method should just be foo, not all of this. And then I like it to be int, not int 32. Okay, and then I'll check those. And then that actually, I think, would be this tested out. And then we can actually start building more stuff. So I'm kind of happy with where this is at. And next episode, we're going to keep on moving. So thank you all for watching. Leave comments and questions below. See you in the next episode.